From the great state of Texas, you are now listening to Skip the Noise Podcast, a rounded edge media production. Thank you so much for joining us. And by us, of course, I'm referring to tonight, it is only myself. This is indeed another Benji solo mission, as we just were not able to record a regular episode this week. So I felt like we had to put out something. We did miss the first week we've ever missed in 2 years, a couple weeks ago. So I didn't want to go out like that. So I am going to hit on some topics from the Skip the Noise text thread and maybe some headlines, but I'm completely willing to let this whole thing derail if I get a weird call in. So we are open for that, or I'm open to some weird questions in the chat if that happens. But without further ado, let's get into the text thread. The most recent deal we got here, article from the Houston Chronicle. In Bellville, Texas, they've opened up a Trump Burger tourist attraction. Let me see if I can find an article on that and see what the hell this Trump Burger situation is all about. And I do apologize. I have no research done for this particular episode. So this thing is called, I just looked it up, 4.2 out of 5 stars, 646 ratings, Trump Burger of Bellville. It's a hamburger restaurant. Right now it is closed. Dine-in, takeout, delivery. If you're thinking about cruising over to Bellville, it's located at 233 South Front Street, Bellville, Texas, zip code 77418, right there in the middle of Bellville. Opens at 11 a.m. Saturday morning, so if you're interested in doing that, give them a call. Make an order. Their number is 979-270-5062. You might want to call to place an order, or you might want to call to, hey, you heard it here first. Whatever you want to call and tell them. I'm sure they get plenty of interesting phone calls. Let's just read a couple of reviews right here. Like I said, it's rated pretty highly. I don't know the name of this person, but their little handle there just says S. So some sort of S name. Cute place, friendly staff and people, great food, good prices. Okay, pretty standard, boring review. I'm looking for some political. No, I just want to stay on the web. I don't want to upgrade. Okay, so Biker Babe 1210 says, we've had burgers, fries here several times, and we absolutely love them. They're juicy, hearty, beefy burgers, and the fries are crispy and tasty as well. I have to order the kid size because the regular side is huge, and I still have to wrap it up half for later. Not only are their burgers the best in Bellville, okay, but the Trump atmosphere is like being with longtime friends. There's no snide looks or remarks from the other side. This is the review I was looking for. So thank you, Biker Babe 1210. Let's continue. Trump atmosphere is like being with longtime friends. There are no snide looks or Trump remarks from the other side when wearing Trump gear. This fucking place sounds amazing. What the fuck, dude? Oh. Of course, with gas and food prices skyrocketing and empty store shelves, even the Dems don't want any more of their own failed policies and beliefs. Oh, God. So you can come in to Trump Burger of Bellville and rejoice with fellow Trumpers. Thank you, Biker Babe. That was exactly what I was looking for. Okay, this is kind of just lame. This is Brian Lewis. Sorry, Brian. You posted on the internet. He's got a pic. Okay, this is good. So his review is just this. He's simple. Brian Lewis is, when you talk to Brian Lewis, he's going to give it to you straight down the middle. He's not going to use a lot of flowery language. Here's what he says. Great atmosphere, great food, great pro-Trump employees and patrons. This sounds fucking bizarre. So there's a picture Brian posted. Good old Brian's there. White gentleman, as you may expect. It's got a Trump hat. He's there with his girl, maybe his wife. I don't know. Their hands are hidden, so I can't confirm or deny whether they've got rings, whether this is his side piece, maybe just a friend. But the woman that he's with, it's got a Trump hat. Okay. She's got a t-shirt on, black t-shirt. It's got a big old American flag right in the front. The top reads, Jesus is my savior. Trump, and then it's kind of like jumbled up in her belly region. So you can't really read the rest of it. I'm thinking it probably says Trump is my president. The fact that this exists is okay. Oh, here we go. Oh, okay. I've committed. Oh, okay. So there's a picture he posted. This is amazing. The burger that, okay, so this reviewer is John Fred. He's a local guide. That's what he calls himself. But he's pretty legit. He's done 115 reviews, posted 158 photos. So good job, John Fred. He's not just fly by night. Okay, so he's dropped some pictures on us. So I'll describe in detail what we're looking at here. So, and thank you, by the way, Rick, for throwing this on the old text thread. I happened to actually see it scrolling through Instagram. But yeah, Rick posted it to our infamous text thread that we allude to on the show quite often. So this burger he's got, it's just a complete top-down picture of this burger, so he can show you and display what's on the bun. So the bun, and I'm not gonna lie, the fries over there on the right-hand side of of this basket look pretty crispy. Okay, so hey, say what you want about their politics. The food, just from what I've witnessed right now, looks pretty appetizing. It actually kind of looks good. Maybe I'm hungry. Maybe I've just worked 9 days in a row and I'm a little delirious. But plus, this review's got 5 thumbs up. Okay, let's cut to the chase. The burger's got Trump in big block letters, like burned into the top of it. So that's amazing. Okay, so we get some. Okay, whatever you think about Trump, whoever opened this restaurant, though, is a fucking genius. I definitely can submit to that. Okay, so what was the name of this reviewer again? His name is John Fred. I know you don't care, but fuck it. So he posted a picture of inside the restaurant. Now it looks pretty typical. They've got just, square tables. I don't know what you would call those. Just kind of standard with, it looks like some kind of, maybe, I don't think there's plastic chairs, but just kind of, this isn't a real fancy place, just kind of, a burger place. What kind of decor and you would expect. But it looks like they're definitely doing some pretty strong merchandising. Okay, they've got Trump 24 banners. It says "Take America Back." There's a big old Trump, like another poster, Trump 2024. So they're definitely pushing the campaign for the next upcoming presidential election. And they've got the T-shirts. You can see actually one that looks like that lady might have bought it there. Or not, I don't know, but it looks like definitely merchandising is big on their agenda. Of course, the menu, Trump burger, it looks like it's pretty standard fare. They got your chicken fingers, they got your burgers, big old picture of Donald Trump right there. Let me see if I can zoom in, give you an example of what's on the menu here. Let's talk about the prices. I think that'll be okay. So on the Trump burger menu. Grilled fish sandwich. You can get that for $9.99. Okay, that's grilled fish over. Oh, I thought it said. Never mind. I thought even the descriptions of the items was like getting political, but I had misread that. Grilled fish over open fire, served with Bellville Fries. The fucker. Okay, Bellville Fries. I guess are now a thing. The Philly cheesesteak. Okay, so this is like greatest hits. It's just like shit that Trump would eat, I think. And maybe that's the inspiration. Top ribby. They spell ribeye because Philly cheesesteaks are ribeye. That's the cut that they use and they thin slice it, right? You know what a fucking Philly cheesesteak is. Maybe not. Maybe you're from another country because I know Podbean. And by the way, let me take a small little time out here to a little promotion. So if you're listening to this right now on your regular, subscription to Skip the Noise, wherever you listen to us, whether it's on Apple, Spotify, it could be on Podbean itself. Fuck, we're everywhere. Google. You can even, if you've got a smart device, I'm not going to name their names because shit will start popping off and it'll asking me questions. I don't need all that. You can just say, hey, whatever, play Skip the Noise podcast, and it'll do it. You can find us anywhere, pretty much anywhere you can find podcasts. I don't want to go into all of them. Castbox, I know, is one. What's another one? But the one I want to promote, if you haven't ever heard of Good Pods, it's a great little app. We've been on it for a while. I just recently opened up a tip jar. So if you're a fan of the show, I highly suggest, and I'm in no way being paid to say this. This is not a sponsorship, so don't get all, Skip the Noise is taking sponsorships now, blah, blah, blah. No, we're not. I'm not saying I'm opposed to it. We haven't up to this point in 2 years. So that's not what this is. I'm actually just kind of nudging you over to our tip jar. We've been doing this show for 2 years. We have only missed a week one time, and that was a couple weeks ago. We just finally kind of just didn't work out. We put in a lot of hard work. You know, we are three gentlemen that have, between the three of us, we have 11 kids. We work a shitload of hours. I myself work a minimum of 50 to 60 just for my regular job. And then I do pretty much my whole day, plus my 4 kids. I do a lot of shit on the side, plus we do this podcast. So this is a labor of love. Up to this point, we haven't taken any sort of revenue generated from the podcast. Just because I haven't really, we haven't made merch. That wasn't ever the agenda. The agenda was to put out quality content and to inform people, to entertain people. That's our goal. So that's what we do. I think we've doing a pretty good job of that thus far. So go on over to Good Pods, download that app. You can use it as a player. All kinds of different podcasts that you might not necessarily come across on the algorithms of the big, your Spotify's and your Apples. But there's a lot of good people out there, a lot of voices out here in the good old, whether it's in Europe or the United States, Asia. People are putting out, putting their hearts into speaking from a place where that's the beauty of podcasts, right? Freedom of speech. You can say whatever you want. People have different opinions, and in this world, it's definitely important, I think, to break away from what is being purposely fed to the public. It's important to step back and kind of consume things that are coming from real places and genuine places, which is kind of what Skip the Noise is here to do. So anyway, go to Good Pods. You can find our show on there, and you can leave us a tip. If you appreciate the work we've done, I think we've definitely earned enough to get a little small tip. So I urge you to go over there and download the app. It's a great app. You can discover, like I said, new independent podcasts that you might otherwise skip over. You can also follow us on Instagram at skip_the_pod. What the hell? I'm sorry. At skip_the_noise_podcast. You can also subscribe to us on Podbean, which is where. So here's the kicker right here. So if you're listening to this right now, just know that if you do have us on Podbean, if you have that app, you'll get notified anytime that Benji decides to go live. One time, I can't remember the episode, but fellow podcaster Shep from Deep MC's podcast just happened to pop on, scroll back through, find that episode. It's a good, entertaining one. The two of us, whenever we collab, and we've done it 2 or 3 times, it's entitled Deep Noise. Clever, right? Anyway, going back for that. But like I was saying, Trump Burger, I think I'm done reading. You know what? No, we'll go. I'll just read. I'll look at one more menu item and just see if there's anything interesting to look at there. But I think that was entertaining. Actually, I'm done. I'm done with the Trump thing. Let me go back through the old text thread. Let's see. Yeah, so it's getting tense a little bit over because of the Taiwan. China's getting a little perturbed, I guess, of our recent actions and our. So this is a tweet. This tweet. Oh wow. Never mind. That tweet has been taken back. Oh, there's some triple black on Twitter. Anyway, I'll figure what that is later. But anyway, there's some tensions right now. I was going to read that, but you know what I'll do? Let me go to see if anything else posted up in the scrolling through the text thread. Let's go to Forbes real quick. Let's read about the economy. I'll just read a couple paragraphs, get the kind of gist of this. This is from Fox Business, shared by Rick into the text thread. The U.S. economy enters technical recession after growth tumbles 0.9% in the second quarter. So yeah, this is the first time I know, well, not the first time, but the GDP is down in the first quarter. So, okay, here, let me start the article. The U.S. economy shrank in the spring for the second consecutive quarter, meeting the criteria for a so-called technical recession. Right, so that's what they're saying now is that it's officially a recession, which, I mean, I think we already kind of knew that, but by definition, at this point, they can confidently call what we're in a recession. Continuing, as raging inflation and higher interest rates force consumers and businesses to pull back on spending, gross domestic product, the broadest measure of goods and services produced across the economy, shrank by 0.9% on an annualized basis in the 3-month period from April to June. The Commerce Department said its first reading on the data on Thursday. Refinitiv economists expected the report to show the economy had expanded by 0.5%. Well, I guess that wasn't the case. Economic output already fell over the first 3 months of the year, with GDP tumbling 1.6%, the worst performance since the spring of 2020, when the economy was still deep in the throes of COVID-induced recession. So yeah, I don't think we're all surprised. It's tough out there right now, but I think there was some spin by the Biden administration saying that, well, job growth and I don't know, it's interesting. And then also too, there's an effort now, legislation passed to try to stimulate chip manufacturing domestically, which is, I think, much needed. I'd like to see more. Let me read about that real quick. Chip manufacturing. Oh, I can't even type. Nobody's joined the chat yet. Like I said, we are on a full solo mission, and I haven't been on Podbean in a while, so it may be that we don't get much here. Okay, so Market Watch. Here we go. Read from the Post. Senate passed a bipartisan bill Wednesday that would provide 52, yeah, it's big numbers, $52 billion in subsidies to domestic semiconductor manufacturers and invest billions in science and technology innovation in a bid to strengthen the United States' competitiveness and the self-reliance in what is seen as a keystone industry for economic and national security. Yeah, I would agree. Semiconductors are enormously important, especially when we've got our Apples and our tech industry is very strong. Yeah, I think this is a good move. Finally, it kind of feels like I would like to think, that there are people out there that are actually thinking about this shit, and it's not just a political right versus left clusterfuck that sometimes I get discouraged. There's economists and people that really can see the writing on the wall, and that we really need to act. So I don't know. Maybe this is just finally reality smacking people in the face, and we're making some things happen. Of course, there's some, there's some questions, right? The concerns over pumping this much money into the industries, how is it going to get used, and is this just, are just CEOs going to get richer, and we're going to be in the same place we are? Because that could definitely happen if not, spelled out in the correct way. So where are we at? Fabrication plants are fabs to make the chips, which are used in a wide variety of products, including motor vehicles, cell phones, medical equipment, and military weapons. Shortage chips. I mean, they fuck everything, dude. Chips. Fuck. Like, can you imagine? Like, if if you pull the rug under from the feet. We've talked about this before on the show of just how much chaos. And we are so reliant, like just the network of the fabric of the fucking how we do everything is relying on these chips. So yeah, it might be a good idea to be able to produce them ourselves. Because we're at this point, yeah, we really we can't have the largest economy in the world with its political system in complete shambles and basically ruling us ineffective in anything. We have, as a country, I don't care. Fuck, dude. Honestly, I'm almost over the political shit as far as any kind of, we just need to figure out how to get things moving for the future because it looks a little scary. I listened to a podcast. We can get into this a little bit on Mysterious Universe, which is a favorite of mine. I've listened to them for years. Benjamin Grundy, God, ever since I even knew about podcasts. So it's highly recommended. They're from Australia, talking kind of about, they kind of do deep dives on certain topics each, I don't know if it's weekly or bi-weekly. I don't know. It just sort of comes on my phone, and whenever it is, I listen to it. It's good to listen to at night. I don't know why. Let's go to some headlines. Let's do that. Let me go to Reuters and see, and then maybe I'll tell a funny little fucking story or something. Okay, Anthony Blinken detains citizens. Let's keep going. Far-right sheriff crusades to prove Trump's bogus voter card. Yeah, we still do it. Can we just shut the fuck up about that? This is tough. 16 die in epic Kentucky floods, including 6 children. That's sad to hear. I honestly, before reading that, did not know that. So, Jesus, our concerns. And you almost feel stupid saying thoughts and prayers because it's kind of been, but that's the sentiment. Our heart goes out to the victims of that. That's terrible. God knows we've had plenty of disasters down here in the old Houston area. So as far as flooding and things like that, so I know firsthand that could be a rough situation. So that's terrible to hear. Okay, this is interesting. U.S. House sends to Senate assault-style weapon ban. Okay, let's read on. This is by Robert Cohen. The U.S. House of Representatives on Friday passed legislation banning assault-style rifles that have been used in mass shootings, sending it to the Senate where it faces likely defeat. The mostly partisan vote of 2017-2013, Democrats won passage of the measure amid public anger over mass murders in which rapid-fire AR-15 rifles were used to kill and wound school children and adults engaging in day-to-day activities. They're easier for a teenager to get than to buy beer. Obviously so, right? The Uvalde situation was pretty much like that. We've turned our churches, our schools, our shopping centers, our entertainment venues, almost any place into battleground with one massacre after another. So yeah, I'll stop there for this article, but I'll just comment on, here in the great state of Texas, obviously the restrictions are very limited to any kind of brandishing of a weapon. Open carry is legal, where you can just, have you can walk around with a gun in public. Now, mind you, private businesses, right? They have the right to say, no, you can't do that here. And so they can kick you out. But when someone enters the property, they're at that point, they are not breaking the law until they are told, hey, you have to leave per the policy of our business. Other than that, though, you can just walk around with a freaking gun. And if you're from other states where that's not normally a thing, I'm sure it can be pretty jarring if you show up. And it's tough, man. We have a lot of here in this area, in the Houston area. There's a lot of gun violence. Senseless, mind you. Not even talking about the big public mass shooting tragedies. Just talking about road rage. There was recently a case where a couple is getting charges for. There was a video surfaced online of them firing a few shots after some sort of a altercation revolving around traffic. You know what I mean? Like, everybody take a fucking chill. And I'll go on a tangent real quick because I feel like people are fucking crazier. I don't know. there's just the amplification of people's feelings and hurt feelings and political views, and everything's so fucking personalized. Everything gets compartmentalized into your own fucking little personalized world. And I think that's part of the problem. I mean, there's a lot of things there's a lot of ingredients into this shit stew that's kind of devolving the American psychological state overall. Not me, of course. I'm above all that. Just kidding. I'm a victim too. You're a victim too, to some degree. But I definitely can feel it. You know, I'm in a job where I deal with the public on a regular basis. And I can definitely say, just in the last few years, I've noticed a significant spike in just sort of abnormal behavior. You know, there's just these people that you can't talk to. You don't feel like you're interacting. Like, we don't exist in the same community. Or there's just no shared reality that we can all kind of tap into and decide how to talk to each other. You see just way more arguments between people over stupid bullshit that doesn't matter. So my advice to you is this, and of course we got to this point, right, where I'm fucking lecturing the audience. But that's okay. We'll just roll with it. That's what a Benji solo mission is. Accept it. But I will say this. Figure out a way to... Life's not supposed to be... There's no obligation for life to be fun or cool or anything. You know what I mean? I feel like people expect that they are supposed to have some level of like comfort at the end of the day where they get to chill and kind of be on their own and zone out into their own world. That's not a fucking right. That's not a God-given right. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's a luxury. And a lot of people around the world understand that in other parts of the world. So if I feel like my fellow Americans, a lot of them don't understand that. So if like something encroaches on their little day that they had envisioned in their head, they throw a temper tantrum like a fucking child. You know what I mean? Sometimes that your day sucks. Whatever you think your day sucks is fucking bullshit compared to like 80% of the world. And that's just to put a little perspective on it. I know everybody, you don't compare. Everybody's got their own reality, right? I'm not unvalidating somebody's reality if you live in the United States. I'm not saying, because I know that's a frustrating thing sometimes when it's like, well, that's my truth. That's my reality. Okay, well, change your fucking attitude about it. You have that, right? So anyway, I just think Mexican Nostradamus brought it up on a episode recently, saying that we've had it good for too long, and not that that's a bad thing. I'm just saying we're kind of seeing some of the results of that. There's other things involved. I think technology just is accelerant for the fire. I think that's all it is. Like, everything just gets heightened. Why do I always ranting about that? But if you haven't been listening recently, I do want you to go back. Episode 14. I actually had a friend of the show that had pointed out when Roe v. Wade got overturned. Obviously, we were all aware that Mexican Nostradamus said that exact prediction like 2 years ago. But we've recorded a lot of these. This will be 111. That's a good number. Episode 111 is what this is right now. So in episode 110, we pointed out that Mexican Nostradamus did indeed predict this. However, at the time, we didn't know which episode that was. A friend of the show, thank you, informed me that it was on episode 14, and he even said about when it was. So quickly, I was able to, if you go skip the noise on TikTok, You can find us. And I made a little video enshrining that prediction, which I hope to do a little bit more of. I want to get a little bit more involved in the TikTok side of the whole thing. It's been tough, man. I do a lot of shit. I'm always selling shit. I do food deliveries. I haven't been selling the coolers as much lately. I haven't got a big haul of coolers. That's my favorite thing to sell because whatever reason, where I'm at right now, they go quick. And I've always get a brand new. I kind of zero in on the ones that, there's a well-defined type of a cooler. I'm not going to give it away, but I'll list the shit and it'll sell in 10 minutes. Every time. So I don't even have to make that much off of each one as long as I make something because they go so quick. But that's neither here nor there. To cap out this first half, probably what I'll do, I'll stick a party in the back on the end of this. I'll tell a little story about Lakey, Texas, way out there in the hill country, right off of the Frio River, where a good spot to go tubing. So when I was in high school, my uncle, is my dad's brother. We moved him from Omaha, or no, I'm sorry, he was living in Lincoln at the time, Lincoln, Nebraska, which is I was born and raised in Houston, but my family's from up around Omaha. So he was still up there, and this was about when I was in high school, like somewhere in the middle of high school. My uncle had struggled with, he had some mental difficulties, and really great guy. Was a career mechanic, did that for a living, but just kind of fell in some hard times. So my dad was going to move him down to Houston to live with him and all this. So eventually, after a while, and mind you, the move from that, my dad and I went up there. We got ourselves up to Lincoln because my uncle wanted to bring his truck, which is like a '74 Ford. He wanted to bring it to have to drive around in Houston, so he wouldn't part with this thing. I was going to tell another story, but let's just go into this. So we get up there, and this is a '74 Ford. It's regular, pickup truck. Kind of turquoise-ish, I guess, a little rusty, but still running. Motherfucker was still running. And my uncle was very proud of it, so he wanted to make sure that this thing got to fucking Houston. And when I say he wanted it, to the point where all we had to do was fly this motherfucker down, but he refused. So we're like, all right, we bought the ticket, so we're about to take the ride. So we go up there and we pick him up at the place he was living in, which at the time it was like a basement apartment. The shit was pretty gnarly, dude. It was so it was in the middle of downtown Lincoln. I don't know much about the city of Lincoln, but it was, little, not, I don't want to say wasn't the greatest area, okay? Just kind of older frame houses, stuff like that, just to kind of paint the environment. So we go to his place, and it's like a 2-story house, but it's leased out. It's like a fourplex or whatever. There's 2 units on the second floor. There's a unit or 2 on the thing, but then he's in the basement is where his what he was renting out. And it wasn't even closed off. There was a bed, and he had a curtain like you would have at the fucking hospital. And he took his showers. It was same shit. It was just ching, it was a little, little pull, and then you pulled the curtain around it. But that was where the laundry for the whole unit, or for the property. All the residents or all the tenants had to come down and do their laundry in 5 feet away from his shower was. So anyway, this isn't the best. I don't know what he was paying, but yeah, it was a little rough. So we go pick him up. We hang out with him for a little bit, and he's talking. Rest in peace. Right, he died some years after that. But right at this story, like I said, this was mid '90s. So he's chain smoking like always. Dude did. He's chain smoking. He drank his like Lipton tea that you like, the instant, right? You just get a glass of water, scoop powder, and like stir it up, and it's all particles are still floating on the top. So he's drinking his tea, smoking cigarettes, telling all these fucking stories about his some some rough stories. One of his friends come over for a little bit. Uh, interesting character. So we take him back, right? We get in the truck. So we're cruising, and mind you, no AC. Middle of the summer. This was the same. Oh shit! This was the same summer the Rockets won the first championship. So this is '94. Because I went to church camp halfway through the NBA Finals, so I missed like Game 1 and Game 2, where the game cut off and OJ was running through or driving the white Bronco. That all happened in the 1994 NBA Finals. And so anyway, this was like a few weeks before that. So we're driving, dude. We're listening to, my uncle's got like 2 or 3 cassette tapes, and it's just fucking. He's got Hank Williams like senior. Hey, good looking. What you got cooking? Like that shit, like that, like fucking twangy shit. All due respect, Hank Williams Senior, but in a no AC ass, and mind you, 3 grown ass men. I mean, I'm in high school, but like 3 fucking sweaty dudes. Like I'm like in the middle. It's just like whatever, like bench seats, right? This is an old truck with the hot ass fucking seats and shit. Dude, we had, I think, a Charlie Pride tape, and what was the other one? Maybe like Conway Twitty or something, some real like country. And this is mind you, is the time in my life I'm listening to like my primary listen to like fucking Wu-Tang Clan and fucking Slayer and shit. So the hours and hours, stopping at fucking truck stops or whatever. But once we enter the great state of Texas, now that's a long ass drive too. So from Lincoln, Nebraska to Houston, Texas, it's a good little clip, man. Like if you just go straight through, I think you're looking at least like 17 to 20 hours. Okay, door to door, I think this shit took us like almost 2 fucking days because of what I'm about to describe next. So everything's actually fine, dude. We're going. My uncle's smoking like a fucking chimney. And he's like straight, like he never made it out of the 70s in his mind. You know what I'm saying? Like when people just like, some tragic shit happens, dude, and they just don't move on. So this just basically like he kind of dressed like he was in the 70s. He did shit like it was the fucking 70s. So the reason I bring that up, when he's finishing like, shit we bought at the gas stations, like he's drinking a Pepsi or something, he just chucks it out the fucking window. Like, no. And I remember thinking like, and this isn't, mind you, this isn't like this is, because this is like when Earth Day and shit started to happen. So my like little teenage mind is like, all right, I guess we don't give a fuck about the littering or the environment. So anyway, just that was a funny little note. So we keep going. Now once about we get, I think we're in Oklahoma, maybe just crossing the border to Texas. Fucking truck shuts off completely in the middle of the fucking freeway. All of a sudden we're like, oh dude, what the fuck's going on? My uncle calmly kind of pulls it over to the side. It's just pops the hood, gets under there, fucks around for about 5 minutes. We're off. We go again. All right. Happens again. About an hour later. Just shuts off. Coasts over to the side. Gets out. Fucks around under the hood for a few minutes. He's like licking his finger and like testing the spark plug with his fucking bare hands, like shit like that. Like making it like he's making the shit work by wiggling. Anyway, starts it up again. All right, we're off to the races. But we're already, now me and my dad are already getting nervous. So conversations are starting to come up like, what do we, oh, shut the fuck up. We're going to make it. Like, he doesn't want to hear shit. We're going to make it to fucking Houston. Like, he ain't listening to shit. Oh, fuck. Okay. We keep going. This happens, I'm not exaggerating, 5 fucking times. He's able to get it going. Well, just outside of fucking DFW, pop. And this is in the middle of the fucking day. It's hot as shit. We've got some kind of little container or something. There's like a little pond nearby. We pull over. We're on a walk. We see the shit in the background. Well, fuck, it's overheated. Let's see. Maybe we can fill up the radiator with some water, get us to the next little stop, and do what we got to do. So we're walking through this field. Me and my dad. My uncle's so fucking pissed off. We just leave him like, hey. He's like, hey, we're gonna split real quick. We're gonna go grab some water out of this fucking pond. So we walk, and we're like probably trespassing. We have to fucking kind of sneak our way through some barbed wire and shit. And we walk across this big ass fucking field, fill up a couple containers with some water, come back. My uncle's, he's still fucking with, he's trying different things. Oh, fuck, it's the brain box. Blah, 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 blah. Like, he's got it determined. Da, da, da. He's like, yeah, we're good, blah, blah, blah. I just got to get a part. And we're like, dude, get a fucking part? Like, no. Like, you know what I mean? So the argument is starting. He's all fucking pissed off. There's a service station we can see across the freeway. So we have to run, and this is in the middle of fucking nowhere. So we have to like run across the freeway like some hobos, We get in there. Luckily, there's this little a fucking shop is open. There's like 2 mechanics in there. One, he's just like, looks like he's probably 19. A white kid. He's still got acne. And, big old thick accent in the middle of the country. So him and he's describing it, the situation, or my dad, because my uncle's so pissed off, he still thinks he's like, we don't need to go. I'm a fucking mechanic for 20 years. So we go, the kid looks at it. He's like, yeah, I think da-da-da-da. He's saying shit. My uncle's like, bullshit. Da-da-da. He's like, all right, man. Like, you came to me. Like, go fuck yourself. Like, they're starting. My dad, okay. My dad steps in. He's like, all right. We're stranded in the middle of fucking nowhere. Why don't you guys both check your egos? Let's figure. Here's what we end up having. We have to sell we sell the fucking truck cash, and use the money to rent a fucking U-Haul to put all our shit in. And we ended up we take the U-Haul and turn it into downtown Houston, and we made it. But that whole last leg, my uncle was fucking fuming and won't talk because we had to sell this fucking truck. He was about to cry. So we made it all that way, dude, only to sell this motherfucking truck cash. Anyway, but we made it, and he lived there for a few years. But what I was getting at, so he shared an apartment with my dad. Eventually, because they both of them grew up on a farm, so he had a little experience with cattle and stuff like that. He found him a little gig. He had to go all the way out to Leakey, Texas, and he lived in this dude's house. This guy that lived in Houston but had property out there. He had a little ranch. So my uncle worked on the ranch, lived in the house in town, this little house. And so anyway, I would go sometimes when I was high school. It's like a 5-hour drive from Houston. Leakey is out like in the hill country. So if you're familiar with Texas, Frio River, all that good shit. So from Houston, though, it's about a 5-hour. And I would drive out there, man. I was listening to, what was the Marilyn Manson album? I was trying to stay awake, dude, drinking like fucking coffee and shit in the middle of the night. And I made it out there to the house. I was going to stay there for like 2 days. So I go talk to my uncle, and he's having a weird little episode, smoking cigarettes and being fucking weird. And I'm like, oh shit, why'd I come all the way out here? And it's like the middle of nowhere in this little shitty house. And my uncle's telling all these weird fucking stories. I love him to death, man. He just, dude had his issues. But I think back to being, I don't know, it's just weird, dude. Like my son's not that age yet, but there's no fucking way I would let dude drive for like 5 hours. And this is before cell phone, dude. With no cell phone, dude, I drove 5 fucking hours to end up with this, questionable sanity. But anyway, we did go work on the fucking, we woke up the next morning early, worked on the ranch, driving in all kinds of terrain. I'm growing up in Houston. It's flat as fuck. Driving an automatic. So up there, I'm driving this Bronco, fucking standard transmission, and big ass hills, and I'm like fucking freaking out because the shit's rolling back, and he's calling me a pussy and like grabbing my hand. So then we go out there, right, and we're feeding the cattle. Fucking those bulls, dude, are no joke. But there was this little place because I kind of wandered off my own. I'd go like run and shit and do stuff. Dude, there was this like little place where you could jump. And I talked about this on our previous episode. One of my favorite things to do ever is like cliff dive. They used to have at Waterworld this sort of like artificial cliff diving situation, but I'm sure somebody probably died at some point. So that's not like a thing anymore. Just like high dives, you don't see those at public pools anymore. Too many people probably fucking didn't make it. Anyway, there was this like natural ass place with this little creek, and it was like deep enough I could jump off some shit. Oh fuck, dude, that was anyway. But I think with that, I'll go ahead and shut it down for this first half. Like I said, I'll tack on a party in the back just to make a full hour or so for the listeners. I thank you for joining me on this. Too bad nobody called in, but hey, it was a good chance for me to get some stuff out. If you're in Bellville, Texas, it may be interesting to go check out your Trump Burger. If you're like Rick, and if you're of that persuasion, that might be a good restaurant for you to go patronize and support them. Speaking of support, before you support anybody, support the Skip the Noise podcast. So go to Good Pods, download that app, and go to our page, and we've got a little tip jar. Like I said, we do this show out of our own pocket for the love of sharing information, coming from the heart, giving some opinions, unbiased opinions, trying to have all general takes on situations voiced, and topics really explored how they should be, and also add a little bit of sprinkle a little personality, a little life on the party. So thank you for joining me this evening. Enjoy the interlude that I provide, and we will see you next time. Take care. Bye. So we've got a local story here that I think everybody's gonna love. So in a Houston neighborhood recently, a couple of videos surfaced. There just happened to be a loose fucking tiger out in the neighborhood. Okay.
What neighborhood was it?
You know what?
Cypress. I think it was in Cypress.
West. No, it wasn't in Cypress.
Pretty sure.
Hold on. Let's specify.
Pretty sure it was yours.
Because at first, so I heard Fort Bend County, but I think that's where the guy is actually from. I think the actual footage was from Memorial. Am I crazy?
I don't know. I mean, it looked like a nice area. Might
Memorial.
be Memorial.
Damn, I could see it.
I mean, if someone has a line, it's gonna be in fucking Memorial.
Yeah,
that's pretty dope.
Interesting.
Though.
Yeah,
Ivy Wall is on Ivy Wall Drive. Hold on, I'm gonna actually, because I'm concerned with the facts, since this is a local story. I want to get everything right. So go ahead and talk while I look this up.
You know why he's scared? He's scared that tiger's loose in his neighborhood right now. That's what he's fucking worried about.
Well, I mean, there's a zoo right down the street from where I live, and monkeys and tigers and bears can always come out.
Oh my.
Yeah, exactly. Flying monkeys, lions, tigers, and bears can always come out and attack me.
Oh boy.
Boy. I'm always kind of freakishly.
Are you a little pensive?
Whenever I jog in the park, I'm thinking, man, this is gonna be it. This is gonna be it. It's not.
Imagine if you had to really worry about that. Like you always had to worry about some flying monkeys could carry you away to the Wicked Witch of the East every time you went for a jog. How just intense would that jog be? Like you'd really want
very
to.
Intense.
you'd really, really have to want to stay in shape to go jogging. In those
Yeah.
conditions.
I'd
Like, you're like,
probably turn obese.
yeah. Oh, everyone would be obese just so the monkey couldn't carry it away. Like, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause they can only carry up to 300 pounds. You see all these fat people just like, yeah, you can't get me now, monkey. And then that one,
Try now.
and then that one slim person who's running by just, and they just pick his ass up.
Yeah, that can
Greatest
happen.
thing ever. I'm
Anyway.
pretty sure that's how it happens. But
But
nonetheless,
so I go to the zoo here in Houston, and I see the monkey pit, and I think to myself, how come they don't climb out?
but the monkey.
Because there's no netting or anything on top of their enclosure.
But they usually are separated, right? By like some type of water feature or something, like between the wall and the and
most of the
main
time
thing?
they've got it set up to where it's very, maybe not impossible, but very, very difficult for whatever animal to be able to.
You think so?
get out.
Because I
Pretty
mean, they have
sure.
these trees that they can climb in, and maybe these trees are separated from the walls around them. But I'm thinking they can just jump over these walls, and
I
don't
imagine
know.
they may have tried, but I bet you a couple of them, probably got, a couple of them can't they can't sign language as well because they slammed into the wall. So I'm pretty sure they learned over time, like they're not going to be able to get out. I mean, that's the one thing, but that is pretty sad though. It bums me out, man. I don't like going to
Sometimes.
do so much anymore. Seeing things that look like kind of like us, just
Enclosed.
sitting there enclosed, like you're like, oh man, that sucks.
Yeah.
So this is West Houston, just south of I-10, like energy corridor area. So
Oh,
okay,
big
that makes
money.
sense.
I know what that
Big
is.
money.
So
That's
yeah, so
Memorial.
it's a nice
Yeah.
neighborhood. Yeah, kind of Memorial-ish.
Yeah, energy corridor for you.
Yeah, a little energy corridor for all you locals out there. But anyway, so yeah, a fucking loose tiger. So what was interesting about this was within 5 minutes. So apparently somebody saw it, videoed it, posted it on their their neighborhood. I don't know what social media platform they used to post this, but it was in their little neighborhood watch.
Next door.
Yeah, maybe next door or something like that.
That's the greatest
So,
app ever.
Within seconds, we had an off-duty Waller County deputy out there with his fucking piece ready to put a fucking bullet.
Ready to ace this tiger, huh?
Was he gonna
sorry,
fuck the
I'm
tiger?
sorry.
Wait, hold on a second there. You pull
Nah,
out.
it was
Maybe
gonna
he
ace
was, man.
Oh, that would sweet.
He had so
The
I'm
son of a
sorry.
tiger
man.
heaven.
I'm really sorry. He had his sidearm. He had his
The way you accentuate, pulled
yeah,
out
dude.
his
He was
piece. I'm
pants
like,
down.
whoa.
Yeah, he had his dick out. He's
he,
trying
was,
to fuck this
he was ready
tiger.
he was ready to ram Tony the tiger. They're great.
Hey, what about the owner though? You read something about the owner of this tiger, right?
Oh,
So here's the
that's
th-
even
here's the-
crazier.
Here's the thing. So the guy that was talking, so in the video, the gentleman, the off-duty Waller County, I don't have his name available to me at this moment, but you can look it up.
We'll just call him the tiger fucker.
Tiger fucker, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
No. You know what though? I don't want to disrespect because dude actually controlled the whole situation. He had the gun on the tiger. He was telling everybody else to shut the fuck up. The other guy in the background was like, "Hey, no man, let me. I'm gonna get it." He's like, "Dude, you better shut the fuck up before I put a bullet in this fucking tiger. I'll put a bullet.
Okay,
I'll
so
put a
look,
fucking bullet."
No, I said, you know what? I still think that tiger fucker needs to stay with this guy's name. I'm still going with tiger fucker.
Tiger fucker. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think I'd call that to him to his face, dude. Dude,
Tiger
looked
rape.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
He kinda looked like
pulled
he
out
meant
his
business.
piece. He pulled his piece out. You don't
All right,
want
so-
to say that shit.
Anyhow,
so is it the tiger handler guy? So he's controlling the situation. And so somebody wants to wrangle the tiger. Is he the owner? The guy who wants to wrangle the tiger?
apparently not, because now the guy that is in possession of the tiger, and mind you, this story is confusing as fuck, because every 2 hours some new thing develops, or there's some new development that it just keeps getting better and better. So from my understanding, and please correct me if I'm wrong, I could be completely wrong. So he's not the actual owner, the guy that was in possession of the tiger, or at least removed it from that situation, which
No, he is.
I still have a lot of fucking questions.
Okay, so the
how
the
do
guy
you just get a
is the owner.
tiger in your fucking car? Okay,
No, he's
he
the
is?
owner of the yes. So the guy is the
Okay.
owner. So just to
Put it-
go
and he
back
put
a
it in
little
the Jeep.
further. Yes.
Okay.
The guy who's the owner in the video, you see him like kind of straddling the tiger and walking him back into the house or to the other part away from the cop.
Okay.
That is the actual owner. The owner is also wanted for murder
Right.
currently. But
Yes, he is.
what the lion though does not belong to the owner of the home who is
Tiger. It's a
renting it.
tiger.
Tiger.
Okay.
Who is renting it to the guy who's wanted for murder, who is the actual
Gotcha.
owner of the tiger. So the guy who's renting the house out goes, I didn't know there's a fucking tiger in this house I'm renting out. Like, I have
Yes,
no
okay.
idea. So yeah,
Gotcha.
that's where everything got kind of mixed up, because I think people are like, dude, you have a tiger in your house? He goes, no, fuck,
Yeah.
I'm renting the house to this asshole who apparently snuck a tiger into my home. So that's where the confusion
I
kind
love
of
it. Okay, yes. That actually that connected the only dot that I didn't fucking have a grasp on.
So it gets weird
so
though,
here's-
because the guy who rented the house apparently knows the owner of the tiger, who is wanted for murder.
Yes.
So he was harboring a
right.
murderer.
No.
He
Just
might
so
not have known
happened
that,
that he
though.
murked somebody, or allegedly murked somebody, and was renting the home from the individual that owns that house.
Oh, got it.
Yes.
Okay.
He is he's the renter of a home. So that's all. Yeah. So continue.
So yeah, so he took the tiger, obviously knowing that this was publicized. He tried to make a run for it with the tiger, threw the tiger in a Jeep, and was headed to fucking God knows where. They got him. He's in custody.
Nice.
However, they don't know where the fucking tiger is.
Damn.
Yeah.
He
dude.
still lose out there?
I don't know.
There's a tiger loose in like Bel Air right now.
So there's the tiger loose some fucking where.
In the energy corridor.
In the greater
Energy
Houston area.
corridor.
No, who knows? I don't know, because I don't know where they.
Oh, because the guy took off. He left.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah,
where
he
did
took
pull
off.
him
So
over?
I don't know where
So
they
he's
got
not
him.
there anymore. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Nope.
you guys have a tiger watch going on over there. That's fucking nuts.
Bro, it's always something. It's always something here.
I mean, there's going to be a
There's
manhunt for this tiger.
I
Holy
think so,
shit.
man. I don't think they're really.
Or tiger
I think
hunt.
we're on our own, dude.
Yeah, good luck, guys.
I don't think there's any manhunt for anything.
I mean, there's going to
I
be a
think there's
helicopter
a
looking for
loose
this thing, right?
Dude, no.
Channel 10 News.
No, bro. No, there isn't anyone that's gonna help y'all. You guys
Jennifer
just
Reyna
have to-
going to get on the helicopter and tell
they're
me
gonna
what
have
the
to just
tiger
figure
is?
this
She
shit
might.
out.
I think so, man. Sophia Ojeda.
God.
Sophia, is she going to get on the tiger?
I like her too.
Oh, and this the best part is apparently the owner, right? He has multiple exotic animals. This guy has serious issues with animals.
Yes, bro, there was a neighbor that said, well, yeah, this is a quote from one of the articles. It was like, the neighbor was like, well, yeah, I thought one time or another I seen a chimpanzee like bopping his head out the window, but I ain't never seen no tiger. so like they knew dude had some. Like,
I've seen a house fly. I've never seen a tiger fly.
I never seen a fucking tiger in my life. Like,
That's
how
a
do you
chimpanzee. I didn't see a tiger.
That's
Oh, the best part is, guys,
bro,
it's a Bengal
kangaroo and
tiger.
shit.
It's a fucking Bengal tiger. So it's the biggest type of tiger that is like it's the biggest tiger.
It's
Bengal
funny,
tiger
though,
is
because-
massive.
Of all his exotic animals, he decided to shove the tiger into the Jeep and take off.
You're right.
Yeah.
That's the badass
Hey,
part.
dude, tigers are expensive apparently. Jesus.
Of all the animals he had, he decided to shove the tiger in there and take off.
Oh, dude, check it out too. So what's an interesting statistic is that, and they mentioned this, if you go to the Houston Zoo, I think this is actually posted somewhere. I
Don't be
know
the tiger.
fellow podcaster Joe Rogan likes to explain this statistic. He's mentioned it more than once, is my point. There are more, and if you've never heard this will be quite shocking to you. If you've heard it, bear with me. There are more tigers held as pets in Texas, and I'm not bullshitting you, than there are that exist in the wild.
That's
on
depressing.
the planet. On the planet.
That's depressing.
That's gangster.
Let me say that one more time. There are more tigers that are living as pets to owners in the state of Texas, which is part of the USA, than there are living in the fucking wild on Earth.
In Texas.
I love this state. I love.
So
this
the
state.
fact that a tiger got loose, and what I was telling you guys in the break, my favorite part about this fucking story, to be honest with you, it's like I just goddamn within minutes there was a motherfucking off-duty law enforcement officer with a gun, just like, no, this ain't shit. This is a fucking tiger. I got my fucking gun. Everybody shut the fuck up. I'm gonna put 2 or 3 in this fucking thing. Like, it wasn't that big of a deal. Like, it's a fucking tiger. I'm
gonna go murder it.
like,
it's that easy, man. It's not hard to find somebody with a gun trying to shoot a wild animal.
Dude, like the overall fucking gravity of the situation was just like, nah. Like, it's like somebody's pit bull got out of the backyard and shit.
Oh, guys, this is the developing story, gentlemen. So apparently,
dude, I love it. This is gonna take all party in the back.
Mr. Cuevas, the individual who's been charged.
Oh no, dude, call him out. I'm sorry.
Jose,
What's his fucking
his name is
Hugo?
Jose. It's called. Hold on.
Hugo fucking.
No, Victor Hugo Cuevas. Apparently,
fuck.
He's doubling down. The lawyer's doubling down, saying, "No, that's not his tiger. It's not his tiger." So yes. Even though this man is either the tiger's owner or he's the bravest person you've ever seen, because he straddled an unknown tiger and rode it like a pony into his house and then threw it in his Jeep to bail.
And threw it in his Jeep. So that's
dude, that guy scares me. Anyone who can manhandle a Bengal tiger into a Jeep or straddle it and make it go where he wants it to go. I mean, that's that's like Wizard and Wardrobe shit.
Oh,
who rides a tiger?
I love this fucking story so much, dude, because so here's the other part that I like is that he threw it in the Jeep and he was trying to fucking bounce. Like, who knows? Maybe he's trying to go to Baton Rouge. Maybe he's trying to go to Tulsa.
That's such a random place. He was going to go to Natchitoches and just check it out.
He's going to go to Natchitoches, Texarkana. He's just trying to straddle that state line, brother. He's going to
a random place, just going somewhere.
Fuck it, man. Yeah, because you got a whole lot of, if you go Albuquerque, you got a whole lot of Texas to get through. So you're going to want to go east. You're going to want to get into Louisiana where it's like, whatever. Like nobody, you know what I'm saying? They don't really care anymore. So I'm just logical. I'm thinking he's going I-10 east. He's trying to hit, I think he's trying to hit Baton Rouge, bro. I don't know. We'll see. We'll investigate and we'll report back. I'm just saying, if I'm rolling with a tiger, I'm trying to get the least amount of Texas possible before I'm in the clear. So I'm thinking he's going I-10 to clear that Louisiana state line.
Isn't it weird that the lawyer is coming out and saying that tiger was not his, but he's totally ignoring the murder charge?
Yeah,
what the murder charge?
It's like, yeah, he's already in trouble.
Could have been him, man.
Yeah, he's probably scared.
Like, well, wasn't his? Okay, I could be completely wrong. Ben, you've got it pulled up on your phone.
I'm trying to decipher.
I feel like the murder was in 2017.
Yes.
Am I crazy?
It just happened.
So he's still just chilling? Like he's still waiting for his court date? Or what the fuck is going on? It's 2021 right now.
I know. 2017.
That's 4 years.
And the best part is all this happened Sunday night. So we are 24 hours post. And there's still a fucking Bengal tiger running through the streets of Houston right now.
We don't know it.
It's 24 fucking hours. Dude, so right now there's so many like dogs that have just been fucking aced. I mean, this thing's gonna get hungry. You know how many poodles have been just taken out on the way to the
It's just a matter of time, dude. He's gonna find a trail or a park or something. He's just gonna start drawing down.
He's gonna hide out in fucking Allen Parkway. Like joggers are gonna be going by. He's just gonna just snap.
no
Done.
bullshit. I've seen, so, man, okay, I'm gonna break off. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Little Benji, the fucking new
here
metaphor
it
tangent.
comes. The metaphor time.
Real
Is it
quick.
the cat mechanic?
I used to run. Nah, it ended no cats, no automotive repairs being done here. Before it was cool. Right now it's a whole new thing. If you go down to Buffalo Bayou downtown, like right at the edge of downtown, that whole park, it's all fucking redone and like you can't even park anymore.
Yeah.
Okay,
Gentrified.
back when I used to frequent this place way back in the day when fucking nobody went there. Okay. There was homeless people under the bridge taking dumps and like the whole, but that's where I would jog. And this is like high school and shit. I would go down there. And what's the story? Oh yeah. So I saw in the bayou, dude, multiple times fucking gators. Cause there's a little parts of the trail where you come right up along the bayou, and I'd be looking down and be like, oh fuck. You want to talk about your whole body like gets like a little bit of a buzz of like, whoa, holy shit. You see a real live gator fucking hovering around in the water.
Yeah, man.
It's like, oh fuck, dude. Like I used to start speeding up and shit. Like, okay, I want to get the fuck away. I don't care if I'm fucking 100 feet away. I don't care. Like, I want to be nowhere near where this thing can. Anyway, my point being, so I've been in very close proximity to like a gator just in a regular setting.
A wild
right?
animal that can eat you. Yeah.
A wild animal that can fucking kill you when it wants to. Like you aren't doing shit to a gator. If a gator is coming at you, you know what I mean? Like unless you're outrunning that thing, you are not doing a fucking thing to an alligator. A tiger, by very much the same token, you are not doing a fucking thing to that tiger that it doesn't want to do to you. Okay. So can you imagine, like, dude, dude, I ride bikes, I jog, like a big part of my recreation is like being outside and like cruising or whatever. So yes, a thing, I always carry like a knife or whatever, just in case there's a fucking gnarly dog
Tiger.
or whatever.
Oh,
well, yeah, I never, somebody wants to take lunch money. Yeah, so I might have to fucking get somebody for their milk money. But you never know if there's a wild animal, and not
looking at you, man, just wanting to eat you. Sees a nice little snack running around.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is,
on that bike,
your body gets that like, oh shit. Like in other words, like there's I think 2 or 3 times, because when I went to UHD, among other things I saw in that fucking bayou that ran right through the school. One of them being a corpse. That was always cool.
Yeah. People
all of a
jump
sudden
out
there's like a lot.
time,
There's a lot of cops and there's everybody around there. There's like a crowd standing on the bridge. I like tapped the dude on the shoulder. Hey man, what the fuck's going on? Oh yeah, see that fucking lump down there? It's a dude. That's a homeless dude that got fucking murked. Like, oh cool. Let me go ahead and go to economics now and learn about. Anyway, shout out UHD Gators. What's up?
Oh, but yeah, literally UHD Gators. They are
the Gators because there's gators like fucking running around
right there,
fucking eating homeless people. Like,
right. I used to get nervous when a dog used to chase me on the bike. I can't imagine seeing a tiger behind me just running, trying to catch me.
The fear of being chased by an apex predator. I mean, imagine that really puts your place on the food chain. You really understand how little your brain that makes you so smart really doesn't do shit when there's a tiger.
It didn't do shit.
You know what I'm
saying? I took my family. So a few years ago, we took a little day trip to Austin. Okay. They have this little, like, if you drive out into the hills a little bit, they have this little misfit zoo. I forgot the name of it. I think it's called the Austin. Maybe it's just called like something simple, like the Austin Zoo. It's worth checking out. Zoo? Yeah, of course they're keeping it weird. It's Austin. So it's like not, you know what I mean? It's not like the Houston Zoo where it's all commercial and all that bullshit. Right. This is like llamas with cleft palates and like all the animals that like they don't want shit.
The fuck? Bro, llamas with cleft palates.
You know what I mean? It's like all the like the rescues or whatever. but
Like
they did it.
camels with 3 humps. Huh?
Yeah, man. But they had a lion, and he was in this
Oh.
enclosure. But it was like this. It wasn't to my specifications of safety.
Oh,
Like it was some kind of, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like it was
dude.
some sort.
Yeah,
it
like
was
like that park chain link fence between
Yeah,
you and that lion,
right?
bro.
Like I'm sure they had to go through some sort of regulatory organization.
Not
But for my personal preference, I was like, So this lion was pacing, dude. Once again, you know what I mean? You go to the Houston Zoo right there in beautiful Herman Park. You can take a little paddleboat ride. You know, they've got this shit is on lock for like decades.
Right.
So they've got, it's like clockwork. Like they feed these animals like when they're supposed to be fed. You know what I'm saying? At the Austin Zoo, maybe the dude who works there, I don't know, maybe he took a little break, dude. Maybe he took a couple rips off of a bong and he's like, oh, fuck, bro, I forgot. Like maybe it's like 12:34. I was supposed to feed the lion and shit. Oh, fuck. So anyway, like this lion hadn't eaten. So it was pacing. Like there's that little door, like I'm sure it was locked and shit, but it looked like a little door that went in. Like if you open the other side, it'd just be some little bullshit office.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, dude. This lion was pacing like for its food. And I remember walking by it like with my children. And I was like, let's keep going. Because this looks fucked up. Like that thing was hungry, dude. Normally when you see the lions and shit, they're dosed up. You know what I mean? I don't care what they tell you. Like they jack them up. They jack them up with fucking Quaaludes. Oh, okay. After we do this, Rick's Quaalude story. Okay.
Oh, wow.
So hold on.
Yes.
Bookmark. Let me just finish the Austin Zoo. So they're walking. He's pacing. He's pissed off. And I'm like, all right, let's cool kids, like check out the lion and then let's get the fuck out of here. Because it was no, it was 100% making me nervous. Normally, if you go to a regular zoo, it's like whatever. This zoo, I was like, man, like there's just not that many sophisticated barriers between me and getting fucking eaten for my standards. Okay, so I was like, let's go check out the roosters or whatever that are just fucking running amok around this whole place, like loose, dude. Yeah, there's like loose roosters just running around everywhere. And it's tight. Shout out to the Austin Zoo, because actually it was a dope little experience. It was kind of cool. So I'm not shitting on the zoo. I'm just saying with the lions, y'all might need to step up your sophistication.
Or feed them.
Yeah, chicken wire. Chicken wire is not going to hold that lion back.
Right. Let's not do normal fucking pickets you get from Home Depot, 6 foot. You know what I'm saying? Let's do something
harmless,
extra.
They're harmless. You know, they had them since
they're all good, dude.
Store,
you train them, dude. Yeah, they're fucking. They were raised in captivity. They're not going to eat you like Siegfried and Roy. So we walked, dude, bro. So we that didn't work out. So we're walking and we're moving past, dude. The fucking thing roars.
Oh hell no.
Okay. You've heard the lion
thing roars.
Check this out. Check this out. This is real shit. You've heard lions roar in movies. Everybody knows what a lion roar sounds like. From when you're a kid, you've got those little books that you punch the button. It's like roar. Like that's the lion. Lion makes a roar. So you know how a lion roars. Okay? Bro, you don't fucking know what a lion roar sounds like. When you're 30 feet from a lion and it fucking roars because it's hungry, bro, I'm not fucking kidding you. My every molecule in my DNA was like, oh, fuck. Like,
he's hungry.
I don't want to say like panic, but it was like this vulnerability like I've never felt in my fucking life. That thing was like it was this guttural, like the bass that was in this fucking roar.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even a full roar. It was just kind of like a, hey, fuck you, I'm hungry. It was like this little rumble. Wow. I was like, okay, let's get the fuck out of here. So in other words, that was like a long way of telling you you're fucked. Like there was absolutely, it's just a feeling of like hopelessness,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, dude,
Like if
of
that
course.
thing jumped over, what the fuck? What are you going to do? So anyway, props to the dude. Props to the dude that had his fucking Glock and was ready to take this thing
No
out.
shit, right?
Because, dude, I'd have just been like, I'm just going to stay in my house and barricade. Fuck that. Just a
barricade.
I'm just going to barricade. Stay in my garage.
Yeah. So I had an interesting thing with Quaaludes.
Oh,
happened to me.
Yeah, you teased it, right?
Yeah, dude. I mean, so Quaaludes. I didn't really know about these things until I saw Wolf of Wall Street, right? I think everybody else did.
Right. It was
Especially
kind
in this
of,
generation.
they were popular like in the 70s.
In the 70s and 80s, you know.
Yeah.
And U.S. government outlawed them, and so whatever, you know, I was just like, okay, so in comes this customer, okay, or not a customer, potential client, whatever, and he's telling us about some things that we're doing in the business and this and that, but then he's like, hey, I have a side business. I'm like, oh, okay, what is it? He goes, I was wondering if you guys can make some Quaaludes for me. I'm like, for what, dude? They're illegal. You can't. What are you gonna do with Quaaludes, man? You can't sell them. He's like, no, they're illegal in Canada. So you can make them here in the U.S. and then export them to Canada. And I'm like, no, what? No. He's like, yeah, it's totally legit. You know, I already checked it off with the DEA. They they're okay with it. And I'm thinking, man, like, okay, dude, show me where the DEA tells you it's okay to make a Schedule 1 narcotics and then sell them to other countries.
Is that like meth? Yeah. Did they say you could also do that with meth and sell it to Canada? That's no problem.
Yeah, no big issue there.
Half of that story was correct. I mean, they are still legal in Canada, but they're like a Schedule 3 over there.
Oh,
okay.
God. A lot of Bill Cosby's up there.
and then they're still legal in places like India and whatnot. Okay?
JELLO.
But I can't believe that. Anyway, so he's telling me, and I'm like, okay, well, how much do you want? I mean, what are you looking for? Like, he goes, oh, I want a few thousand a month. I'm like, whoa, what the heck are you talking about? Yeah,
bro.
Like, do you have buyers for this kind of thing?
Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah, I got plenty of buyers. I'm like, oh, you're fucking stupid. You gotta leave. Like, seriously, I can't believe I'm still asking him questions at this point.
Because you're thinking about the money. You're like, well, cost,
maybe.
profit.
Yeah, and I'm thinking to myself, maybe he is right. Maybe they are legal in Canada and I can make them here in the US.
You're like, I did just turn down that other lucrative bid from the state for phenobarbital. I got to make up that money somehow. Maybe I can just sell the date rape drugs to the guys in Canada.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think Quaaludes. Hold on. Let's be fair. I don't think Quaaludes are like a date rape.
Oh yeah, bro. It's like a volume derivative. Oh yeah.
I don't they just get you fucked up or something?
Yeah. They use them all the time on chicks to get them like, that's like that's like one of the Mickeys, the Spanish fly type.
Really? But I thought people used them like voluntarily, like as a.
Oh no, people get fucked up on them. Yeah. But they also give them to chicks
okay.
and knock them out so that they can,
Got you. I guess I didn't realize. Yeah. I didn't realize that was.
Hey.
So this guy later on,
no shit.
I don't know what he thought he was. He must have thought he was like Wolf of Wall Street, Walter White kind of shit, because he was into some shady shit later on. I came to find out, he got busted for making his own prometh with codeine and selling it.
Oh, Rick.
You can't do that.
Yeah. That could have been a serious issue. That guy was bad.
Yeah,
bad,
he was bad, man. I mean, trust me, I didn't do anything business with him.
I mean, only for 2 years.
No. I didn't sell any Quaaludes. I didn't make any Quaaludes. Besides, getting the raw materials, dude. I was sending the raw materials.
You're still examining the possibility.
He definitely thought about it. That's been established.
Because I mean, in all honesty, the cost benefit ratio just wasn't really where I needed to be to commit this. I mean, Rick, you would have been you would have made
couple million, but I would have spent 30 years in prison. And then lawyers' fees, I probably would have netted, $10.
That's not a good trade-off.
You would have bid me too. This is the source of all the rape drugs. It's just your picture.
Dude, You know what I was thinking about? I was like, imagine if I actually did something like this and then sold them to Canada, quote unquote, and there was an outbreak here in Houston of Quaaludes. Oh
Yeah.
my God, dude. The
And you're
EPA would have
responsible?
been,
Oh,
yeah, of
bro, you
course.
would have
You're
had a
the one making them.
helicopter. Yep, dude, you would have had a helicopter. Guys like coming in through the ceiling. It would have been just dang.
Oh, it would have been terrible, dude. But there's people out there who are trying to make this stuff.
Oh, they still are. Well, China,
I'm sure they are.
China's
If-
big about that.
What, Quaaludes?
Or no, just making drugs. So basically, you can send
Oh,
a
right.
chemical formula to China and they'll make it for you.
Yeah.
They'll make
Yeah, or-
anything.
Anything.
They'll,
Anything.
Yeah, they'll send you the raw
Yeah.
material.
Yeah,
They'll be like,
they'll
here's
send you-
here's
here-
concentrated Quaaludes or whatever the thing is. And you just,
Enjoy.
yeah.
Enjoy. Just make sure she takes it and you wait 30 minutes. I mean, isn't that on the directions for Quaaludes? You know, find
Dude,
intended
it's-
rape victim, give to, wait 30 minutes.
But then I'm thinking about it. I'm like, well, if they're still legal in Canada, why don't you see more of it here in America? I mean, you don't see them here in America anymore, but they're still
Huh.
legal in Canada. So why don't they bring them over? And I'm thinking maybe this guy was just bullshit this whole time.
Yeah. I think he's yeah. Oh yeah, they're legal in Canada for sure.
So
Yeah.
just make
Okay,
them in
so
the US and send them to Canada.
This is a cry for help, or not a cry for help. This is a
Oh.
Canadian listeners, and there are some of you. We do have a little listenership
Nice.
in the Great White North.
Oh,
Let us know. Are lewds
California.
still in vogue up there in the Great White North? Are people still doing Quaaludes? Is that
Or
a
do you
thing?
remember doing Quaaludes?
Right.
Are you the
Yeah,
victim of a
please comment
Quaalude
on our
crime?
Instagram, send us an email, do
Right.
something. But that's what this guy wanted to rip me off. He was just like, yeah, man, you can make a ton of money by selling Quaaludes in Canada. Like, I'm
Quaaludes.
sure I can.
Dude,
But
you would have been so screwed.
can you believe that shit, dude? People try to,
Ah.
what they try to do, man.
But hey, dude,
That-
money's money, right? Money's money.
Nah,
People are gonna
that's right.
figure out
Nah.
how to make it.
Yeah,
People gonna figure out how to
this
make
guy
it.
was trying to figure out how to make it the wrong way. I'm like, why don't you just get a job?
Oh,
Go up the corporate ladder, make
oh,
some money like
oh,
that instead of having to
come
make
on, man.
Quaaludes and
Come
promethylcodeine.
on, come on! Everyone wants, Quaaludes and promethazine, little syrup, syrup and ludes.
Purple
Sleuth.
drink.
Ludes.
Purple drink. Well, to his credit, he probably was thinking like, well, it was popular back then. I
I'm
can
gonna bring it back.
Bringing it back.
I can be the one to bring it back, just like
He's-
they do. They bring back old movies.
He's the fire starter. I like it.
Nah.
Twisted fire star.
Yeah.
The hardest thing about making promethylcodeine, though, the hardest thing about making promethylcodeine is that you're trying to mix an acid and a base, and you're trying to find just the right amount of